Hi, I'm Chris Berry. I am the General Manager for the Security and Network Solutions segment of PDI. So the convenience store of today isn't just a retail location. It really is a connected technology hub. And between payment systems, fuel controllers, digital signage, loyalty programs, back office applications, the average store now probably manages well over 20 connected devices at each site. And each of those is an entry point for a cyber criminal. And so it's not really a question of if you're going to face a security threat. It really is, are you going to be ready when you do? And so some of the trends that we're seeing today certainly are the attack surfaces are exploding, like we just talked about. And so you've got to really think about that you've got so many more entry points inside each of your locations. The second is compliance requirements are tightening up. And so, there's breach requirements and notifications that state laws have mandated. There's the PCI DSS 4.0 requirements are tightening up, tokenization and encryption is required, so all of that is having an influence. Another requirement or trend that we're seeing right now is that really network is becoming having a solid network is mission critical infrastructure. Connectivity is everything, and so, and then finally I think the other thing we're still seeing is that our IT skills gap is continuing to widen. Most of our customers are retailers first, and that gap between being a good retailer and having strong IT practices is getting wider. So some of the best practices. Best practices I would recommend, the first is segmentation. I think you've got to really think about segmenting your network. You should not have your payment system running on a guest Wi-Fi and things like that. So that is, that's a best practice for us for sure. You want to partner with people who understand your business. One of the great things I think PDI brings is we're not an IT business trying to sell into convenience retail. We live and breathe convenience retail, and we have the the specialists with IT and security and things like that to really help you run your operations. Another best practice we would recommend is really making that shift from reactive security to proactive security. Anticipate what's going to happen, plan for those situations, and get ahead of them, because they will happen. And then finally, I think you've really got to build redundancy into your connectivity. Really think about not just your primary, but you've got a backover, so that when you do have an issue, because we will, that when you go down, you could fail over to a backup processing system. And so that'll make sure that your store stays up and running. And it's expensive. It's not just your brand damage that happens. There's real cost to not being able to run your pumps or payroll transaction. PDI really helps retailers stay ahead because as I mentioned earlier, this is what we live and breathe, is convenience retail. We understand the needs of your business, and that really allows us to tailor our specialties like security and network, and IT. We can specialize it for convenience retail, and that's something that's really unique that other IT services companies won't bring to the business. So what I'd love for everybody to do is join us on October 30th for our Q3 Cyber Threat Report webinar. We will be digging into some of the trends we're seeing, making some best practices recommendations for you, and available to answer any questions you have.